Welcome, Frank Walker from National Tile.
In a German accent. Welcome to.
That's how you get the sales.
Hello.
Hey Siri,
Wow.
is Frank Walker from National Tiles still alive?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Why the fuck not?
Sure.
Everyone else does.
I'm unable to find current information about Frank Walker from National Tiles.
Hello, my name is Georgia.
And I'm Olivia.
And welcome to Nurse Ratchet. Welcome back. How was your week, Olivia?
It was good. I went fossicking again.
Did you?
Yes, and I found lots of interesting things this time. We
didn't
went to
break
a
any more
different
bones?
place. No, I didn't break any bones. But it was certainly difficult to get some good grip and stability on the very wet, slippery rocks.
So what did you find?
I don't know yet, but it could be a whole range of various things. Lots of quartz, topazes, maybe zircons. Who knows? I don't know yet. Some garnets, I think I found.
And tell me, what has inspired
And some
this
gold. I found some gold.
fossicking?
Well, I'm trying to start a business. It's a jewellery making business. I carve the pieces myself out of wax. It's called the lost wax technique.
Ooh.
It's a very ancient, like the original way of making jewellery before metalsmithing became a thing, I think. And yes, it's good fun. I've got quite a few pieces that I'm ready to send to a casting house and have cast.
Oh my God, cool.
Then I'll get them sent back to me and then set the stones, polish them up and sell them. And I'm going to have an Etsy store. Well, I already do, but it's not like running yet.
Yep.
So I just had this idea. It's funny, I actually had this idea years and years ago when COVID first started. Mm-hmm. I started doing research and I even got a bloody ABN and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
But I don't know, I got discouraged and so I didn't end up going ahead with it.
I feel like that was a time when a lot of people
Yeah.
decided to delve into themselves and determine what they really fucking wanted to do with their lives. I started my TikTok over COVID as well. Yeah.
Exactly. It was definitely an interesting time in our lives. And yeah, I got really interested in that sort of thing. And it's funny, in year 12, I actually really wanted to study geology.
Fuck yeah.
Weird.
Geology
I
slay.
find it really fucking interesting. I don't know what else to say. And never did it. And now...
There's a mosquito
Got it.
harassing us.
See?
Good job, babe. Well done.
Fuck you.
Die.
I also killed a moth in the bathroom earlier.
She did. And she had to text me
great.
about it while she was shitting.
Hashtag pooping.
I was in the next room.
Yeah, well, but you're not in there with me, so you don't really know what's going on.
She's a little bit codependent, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I just like keeping you updated so you're not wondering where I am or what I'm doing.
I knew you were in the toilet. I didn't think you got swallowed.
Yeah, but sometimes you get a little bit impatient and you would be like, where the fuck are you, bitch?
No, I don't. I always sit here quietly. You're making shit up. Anyway, how's your stinky cast going?
Well, look, you sat quietly today. Okay, I'll give you that. My stinky cast is fucking foul.
Do you know what? This is relevant. I learned a new word today for a smell.
Yeah.
Smegma.
Yeah, no, that's not a smell.
It is a smell.
No, that's the actual stuff under a man's penis,
Fuck.
though.
That smells bad.
Yeah, it smells really bad.
It never smells
But that's the stuff that's called smegma.
Okay.
It doesn't smell like.
I was going to drop the whole bomb that it was a
smegma
foreskin smell.
It is technically, but it's the cheese under the foreskin.
I learned that from the Morbid podcast, TM.
Oh shit! I'm just
I love
holding the
that fucking
vape there.
podcast.
Sorry,
It's all right. It's all good.
just cut that bit.
I don't
out
think
of
it's
the
a
vape.
secret that we
I don't
vape.
want to say. I don't.
not a fucking secret.
I'm trying to quit. I've tried to quit so many times. I quit cigarettes cold turkey. That thing was a piece.
It's easy,
That was a
though.
piece of
Cigarettes
cake.
are foul.
That was a piece of cake.
They don't taste like lollies
quit
and they make you want to shit instantly.
Other shit. Cold turkey before without a problem. Mm-hmm. No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Problemo.
She's Italian now.
No, I'm
We've
Spanish.
We've transitioned. Spanish.
I've been watching Dexter for the second time.
Fuck yeah.
With
best
my
show.
partner. Fucking great. Anyway, I'm trying to talk like Angel.
Angel.
Angel. His name's Angel.
I'm currently catching up on Outlander. Have you watched that?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
actually.
It's not bad, eh?
It's great. It's
Good
great. It's
watch.
great. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Great. What were we talking about?
We diverged so badly. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Anyway.
Yeah, but you've resigned, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
So have you officially finished?
No, I've still got like this last 2 weeks of annual leave
Okay.
that I'm on, and then I'll be done on
But
the
you're not
6th
going
of
back?
April. No, because
Yeah.
I
so
can't,
really,
and there's no point.
there's no point. Is
I'll
there?
go back for like 1 day in admissions for them to like train me up. I
Yeah.
don't even do admissions. There's so many shifts there on agency.
As in available.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
They
On that note,
need a lot of people.
At this particular hospital, I had a bit of drama this week.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk about it because I'm so annoyed about it. And I'm just really wanting to talk about the bullshit that we experience as nurses in the job that we do on a daily
bullshit that
basis.
we
It's just
experience
fucking annoying. It's just endless.
is why I resigned.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why
She
Olivia's
knows the whole story.
resigned. And I think we're going to get into it, are we?
Possibly could.
We don't have to mention the hospital.
Nah.
We're not going to name names, obviously. We're not going to name drop hospitals because we, like to keep things...
Work at them.
Well, yeah, not that we give
Generally.
much of a shit when they treat us like this, but, like, it's just saving us from backlash and shit like that we can't really be fucking bothered for.
Yeah.
But anyway, on my last shift at this particular hospital as an agency nurse, mind you, I've been at this hospital for years doing
hospital.
shifts. Yeah, I'll drop in and I'll be like, hey, Olivia, it's your bestie here.
Work wifey.
Yeah. So regularly. So Olivia can vouch for that. I've been there for years.
Yeah.
And never had an issue. Not once, not ever. I've never had a problem with this hospital. All the years I've worked there, always got along with the staff, relatively. And, I've never had an issue with my practice. So this is fucked, and it's a long story, so fucking buckle up. Hold on to your butts. Long story short, I got a risk man put in about me from this other nurse, a ward nurse, who basically, I guess, had a vendetta against me. I don't want to be like, I didn't fuck up, because I did, but it's something that I would never have reported a nurse for. Like, I wouldn't have had the fucks to give to go to that length to sit there after my shift and write out a full report about a random agency nurse who got a couple of things incorrect, right? And I think purely the reason why she did this was because I stood my ground and stood up for myself. And this is what abusive people do. They retaliate against you when you don't submit. That is just the nature of abuse. And I have worked in this field fucking long enough to recognise a person who's about to fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? And I won't back down because A, I just don't have it in me to be submissive and be abused and treated poorly for no good reason whatsoever, just out of the blue. And B, I think it's important to change the fucking culture. And that is why I started my TikTok channel. That is why I do what I do. It's not for clicks, views, fame, money. It is for, the purpose of changing the culture of nursing, because I've had such a time in my 8 years of practice that shouldn't have been like that at all. And I've heard many stories from lots of people, Olivia included, how hard it is to be a nurse in the environment that we work in, purely because of the other fucking nurses and doctors that we work with, because of the culture of the hospital. I
The
could fucking
culture's so outdated.
talk about this till the cows come home. It's so important to keep the culture good, because then it creates an environment of safety for the fucking patients. Like, that is my mantra. That is what I talk about all the time. And people mistake me for being a
Bossy bitch.
a person with attitude, someone who, is defensive about my practice purely because I know I'm wrong, or because I know that I'm a shit nurse, or whatever. Like, I've heard it all. But yeah, that's actually the reason why I do things. So on that note, I'll read out the risk man, and then I'll proceed to tell you the story of what actually happened from my side. So here it is. Received handover from PACU nurse. She told me the patient had a reinfusion drain tube. I mentioned it had no time written to show when it was clamped. Nurse responded, patient came from theatre like that. Full stop. I again asked what time, as it should be written on the bag. She looked at me blankly and said, patient came from theatre like that. I asked if I was supposed to assume the time she arrived in recovery was the time it was unclamped, and the nurse responded, yes. She also mentioned she would write a note saying, patient arrived from theatre with drain tube unclamped. Nurse then reported the handover I received from the previous nurse, in brackets, was quote unquote shit. Upon going through the meds, the nurse asked if the icon next to the Kefazolin 1800 meant it had or hadn't been given, and I responded it hadn't. Nurse responded, oh, sorry. At the time of picking up the patient, the IV antibiotics was already 2.5 hours overdue. Sounds bad, right, guys? So fucking incorrect in every fucking way. Like, this is just one side of the story. So this patient was coming in for a total hip replacement. She had minimal comorbidities. She came out, she had a drain tube that I did not recognise. The anaesthetist gave a shit handover, and I stand on that 10 toes down. This anaesthetist is notorious for shit handovers. I've had 2 previous patients that day where he dropped them off, said sweet fuck all, and then went on his merry way. And the people in the recovery, my co-workers, all said, yeah, that's just what he's like, sort of thing. Like, oh well, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's the nature of working in PACU. If anyone wants to fucking argue with me on that one, just go ahead, come at me, because seriously, it happens all the time, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It happened to me a few weeks ago as well.
Yeah.
He just, they parked the patient in recovery and left before I got a SATS or a blood pressure reading. And then, what do you know, the patient was totally obstructed. SATS in, I don't know, 86 or whatever it was. And, yes, and then I had to do some jaw thrust and bagging and blah, blah, blah.
And call them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
They come back angry because
No.
like, how dare you?
No. Yeah, they let him know, and then he came back after the next case had finished and he was like, everything good? And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine now.
Now, no thanks to you, mate.
Yeah.
They drop him off with a respirator of 2 and they're like, yeah, fine.
Fucking care. He did not care. I had this happen as well another time a few months ago where a patient came out into recovery and his airway was fine, but then he suddenly aspirated it right in front of me.
Yeah.
And then had a laryngospasm of some sort of, or a bronchospasm, and then couldn't get any air, and he wasn't conscious yet. And then, his SATs went into the low 70s. Couldn't ventilate him. Told the anaesthetist. And she was so unconcerned.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
He got sent home a couple of hours later. And
So
it's like,
relaxed.
dude, this guy needs a chest x-ray. Like,
to stay
or like some
overnight
sort of
minimum.
follow-up. Because he's like struggling.
Yeah. If there's a risk of
he's on
aspiration, they have to
oxygen.
stay overnight, surely.
Yeah, no, she didn't give a fuck. She gave her the okay to go home, and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But I tried to advocate my best for that patient and say he needs to stay. Like, he needs an X-ray or something, something just to check. And I'm like, yeah. And so this is a regular occurrence. This is just 2 of 3 of many.
And that's the shit you should be writing risk mans about.
Yes.
That's the shit you should be writing risk mans about. And I get it that, and I'll get into this later, I get that if a med is missed, a risk man is, appropriate in the sense that how can we do better and how can we, prevent this happening in future.
Why was it missed in the first place?
Yes,
Because
and I'll
you were
get into
dealing
why.
with,
Yes.
so many other things.
And I'll get into why. But that wasn't even mentioned in this risk man because I wasn't there. I'd left. So after this risk man was put in, I had 4 shifts booked with this hospital. All of a sudden, all of my shifts get cancelled, right? And my agency say, hey, Georgia, you've had a risk man put in about you and then they've cancelled your shifts. So I'll send through the risk man and then I'll give you an opportunity to respond and we'll see if we can get you back in there. And I was like, okay, cool. I couldn't think for the life of me why the fuck a risk man had happened at this point. Like I was like, what the fuck is this about? I thought it would be something silly. which it was. I mean, it's silly. But anyway, so this patient, she had a drain for the purpose of reinfusing blood back into her body if she lost a lot. Now, this drain, I'd worked there. I, again, have worked there a long time, never seen it, never been introduced to it, never done an education on it, have never seen it in my life. The handover was very, very bad, quote unquote shit, if you will. And I didn't get a handover about the drain at all. Now, I did look at the drain and it was unclamped. And I thought, okay, cool. It's already been unclamped. I don't need to do anything. I'll just monitor the output, right? So I go ahead and start looking after this patient. Well, I noticed she was hypotensive first and foremost, and that is not an uncommon thing in the recovery room. Like when you first come out of anaesthetic, you're vasodilated, you're waking up, and you will be hypotensive if anything. So I pop the head down, and I just sort of wait for her to wake up and come out of it and stuff. And she does. She's aware, she's alert, she's orientated, she's happy, she's pain-free. She does have a spinal. And so I sit her up, and then her blood pressure continues to drop further. It gets as low as 60 systolic. So I call the anaesthetist back. And this was like all within the space of 5 minutes. The anaesthetist comes back armed with a syringe of metaraminol already. Like he knew what I was calling for. Or he just was like, let me just fix the problem quickly. Anyway, he banged that in. I think it was 0.5 of metaraminol. And then fucked off again quickly. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Helped for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's not a long-term solution.
No, it's not. And look, I'm monitoring her drain. There's no bleeding coming out of the drain. She's not having a post-op bleed. She had great neurovascular obs. There was no compartment syndrome forming or anything like that. So then I'm watching and I'm like, let me just put an ECG on her, right?
Was the trace looking funny?
I felt her pulse and I couldn't really feel it. And so
Weak and thready.
Yeah, it was like it was there. And she, she didn't look overly pale or anything like that. But I put the ECG on and it looked so fucked up. It was like AF. Like it looked like AF. So I looked into her notes and I was like, maybe she's got some pre-existing AF. Like nothing. I looked at all of her admission notes, had a look for AF, nothing. She wasn't on a thinner. She wasn't on any kind of beta blocker or anything like that. And so I flagged this with the in-charge, the ANUM, of PACU. And they were like, okay, well, it says in the post-op notes. Oh, also, side note, the drain wasn't mentioned in the post-op notes at all either.
They never, ever do. They never mention it.
Zero information about this drain, okay?
The post-op orders are shit 90% of the time.
Yeah. So this lady, I've put her head back down. She's laying flat. I've flagged that she's in an AF to the in-charge, and then they was like, okay, well, this patient is going to be managed on the ward by a different doctor, so let's call this doctor. So
let's pass him off to someone else.
The ward doctor, yeah, because we know the anaesthetist is shit. So we contact him. He comes and he says do a 12 lead. So we go get the 12 lead. The 12 lead ECG is falling apart. We couldn't get a 12 lead ECG. We had to then what we did was we hooked her up to the monitor on a 12 lead ECG, but we just couldn't print it out. So we hooked her up to the PACU monitor on the 12 lead and then called the doctor to come have a look at it. He looked at it and he was like, yeah, that's AF. I was like, cool. What do you want to do? And he was like, we need to keep her in here, monitor her, and we'll take some bloods. We gave her a fluid bolus and he said, oh, we'll wait for the heart rate to go down and the blood pressure to come up. So she's just going to stay in PACU and be monitored until she's not symptomatic anymore. I guess he figured it was just like a post-op kind of reaction to maybe some dehydration.
The spinal or?
No, he wasn't worried about the spinal.
Okay.
No, he assessed her. Yep. And her resps were great. Everything was good. Yep. So he put it down to dehydration. So we gave her fluids. And so she ended up staying in recovery, long story short, us fucking around with her for like 4+ hours, right? By the end of it, he changed her met call criteria as well. So she could go back to the ward eventually once her systolic had come up to above 100 and her heart rate had come down because she was tacky as well. So she comes good She'd been on the pan like 3 times. Like, she was one of those patients that, you know, she was lovely.
I have to piss again. I have to shit
delightful,
again.
really nice.
That's me. That's gonna be me.
Yeah, but needy, right? And I had other patients coming through too. I was looking after a second patient all the while because we were busy as fuck, right? And so I'm managing a complicated patient and then having patients on the side.
A little bit of stress, a little bit of tunnel vision, a little bit of
tunnel vision
telling
there.
you what the fuck to do.
Yes.
Too many cooks stirring the pots.
And being concerned for a patient and hoping she doesn't fucking crash out on me because I just...
Stupid computer system.
Oh, yes. On that note, okay, that is also really relevant. This particular hospital has a thing called EMR, which is an electronic medical record, okay? The only hospital I've come across with it in it, but it's in other public hospitals too.
Yeah, public.
So this is where you go onto a computer system and administer and check the drugs and administer it. It's got your scheduled meds, it's got your PRN meds, it's got your discharge meds. And it's really tricky to get a handle on when you're new. I've got this down pat, okay? So that's no issue there. But you do have to log on, and after a while it'll log you off, so you got to log in again. And if an anaesthetist is in the chart in the operating room, you fucking have to wait till they're out of it. Like
You have to be out of it so they can go into it.
Two people can't be in it at once, and it's a big fucking shit show, right? Nice. And when I am doing PACU meds, the scheduled meds are on a different tab. They're not on immediately in front of me. I have to make a mental note to go and look through the scheduled meds to make sure that there's...
Check that they've done it for you.
Yeah. So I didn't look at them because I was busy. All right, fucking sue me. And I'll own that. I didn't fucking give the 6 o'clock PM antibiotic because I was busy. I didn't see it. So there's that. That's fine. Do a risk man about that, I suppose. So anyway, I call the ward. She takes about 2.5 hours to fucking get here. I'll say that. This is a notorious ward. They're always bed blocked. It's not her fault per se, but like I'm just saying, there was a fucking delay. The patient was hungry. She wanted to see her family and she wanted to get back to the ward. She was getting antsy, as they do. Yeah. Anyway, the ward nurse finally fucking arrives, right? I begin my handover, and it's the classic constant interruption after I say one fucking thing. I begin with the most prevalent thing, which was that she had a issue in recovery, which was AF, symptomatic AF, and this is why she's been in there for so long. She goes, "What about the drain? What about the drain tube?"
So she's got her own version of tunnel vision.
Correct. Well. Yes, very astute point. She's zeroing in on the drain because she knows she's educated on this drain. She knows that the blood has to be chucked out. The blood has to be chucked out after 4 hours. So you have to note when the drain tube is unclamped so that we know when to chuck it out. Okay, I get it. Great. I said to her, I was not informed that I had to note when the drain tube was unclamped, but on that note, it was already unclamped when it came out to recovery. So what I can do for you is I can tell you what time the patient came out to recovery, and you can kind of infer what time the drain tube was unclamped. It was never clamped, you know? And she was like, "Oh, so I'm supposed to go back to the ward with that information, am I?" And I was like, because she gave me such attitude, I stared at her and went, "Yes." And then I said... And she was like, "Really?" And I said, I can make a note in the PACU notes about the drain tube coming out unclamped if you wish. And she was like, "Yeah, okay, that sounds good." And I said, honestly, I didn't know about the drain tube. The handover from the anaesthetist, not the other nurse, which is what she wrote in the wristband, was shit. And look, this is not the first time someone has heard the word shit in healthcare. And that's what I say in my response. Like, come on, why are you offended at me saying shit?
Princess.
Why are you concerned at my quote unquote language? Like, how long have you been in the game, sister?
I don't know. They
like
good? To call it aggressive.
She was aggressive. That's the thing that gets me. She came in aggressive. She came in so aggressive. She hated me from the start, and I don't know what the fuck I did to her. She was looking for problems. And that's like when people come in and immediately interrupt your handover looking for issues, you know that there's about to be fucking trouble. You know you're going to have a handful with this person. Like, it just absolutely sends me into a rage. But I held my composure and I gave her one-worded answers. I'm sorry if that was offensive to you. Like, anyway, I gave her a really thorough handover, by the way, all right? And the reason that she was able to figure out whether the meds had been missed was because I went through the meds with her. I went through her history with her. I went through the anesthetic. I went through everything I did in PACU with her, despite her constant fucking interruptions and rudeness. And I held my shit together. I haven't always done that. I've really gone in on people who have done that to me. And I think it's well-deserved because you don't get to treat people like that. It's dangerous to the patients at the end of the day and the mental health of your co-workers. Fucking stop. And I did say, does that mean that it hasn't been given? And she said, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I am sorry. I apologised. Like, why are you risk manning me when I clearly apologised to you? It's because I stood up for myself in that moment about the drain tube. She had a vendetta about me
from one up you.
Yeah, she was just like, okay. Now, I don't know whether she knows me from TikTok, but this is a common thing. People know me from TikTok and they want to bring me down a notch. Okay? That's not me being, oh, look at me. That is a reality because I've heard it from people. People have told me. So it could be that, or it could be Nurse Karen wants to fucking one-up me because it makes her feel better and helps her sleep at night. Like, it could be either of those things. And so I thought that was it. Like, she was like, okay, all right, no worries, takes the patient, fucks off. I might note, on the way out, the patient goes, thank you so much for taking such good care of me, Georgia. Okay, we'll just throw that in there. So, yeah, next thing I know, shifts are cancelled and I am given the opportunity to respond. Honestly, I think this response was a slay, but it may result in me not being invited back because, again, I'm not backing down, okay? Because, again, I won't abide by this bullshit, bully, mean girl behaviour. So I say, my response to the risk man is as follows. This particular patient would come in for a total right hip replacement. She had an infusion drain that was inserted for the purpose of collecting blood in order to potentially reinfuse it back into the patient if needed. I was unaware of the purpose of this drain as the fact was not handed over to me by the anaesthetist, nor was it mentioned in the post-op notes that the time of the drain when it was unclamped needed to be documented. The drain did in fact come out to me unclamped already. I repeat that at the time of handover, I did not know this drain was for the purpose of infusing blood back into the patient, and as I noticed that the drain was unclamped at handover, I didn't feel the need to ask about it at the time. I do believe that this is possibly a new drain that has been recently introduced, as I have been at, insert hospital here, for a long time filling shifts and I've never come across the drain. The handover from the anaesthetist was what I was referring to when I said the handover was quote-unquote shit, not another nurse, as I cared for this patient the entire length of my stay save my tea breaks. I would like to note that this particular anaesthetist is notorious for giving very brief and lackluster handovers, and the recovery room staff, if they look into which anaesthetist this was, brackets, his name is escaping me at this time, I'm sure they would agree. In regards to the language, I'm sure that this is not the first time someone has heard someone say shit in healthcare, but I do apologise if this language offended the ward nurse. I would like to note that she did respond with, I'm sure it was, to this comment that I had made, and thus, at that time, I didn't think she had an issue. About halfway through this patient's stay, another one of my recovery room teammates informed me that this was a reinfusion drain and that usually we just need to document when it was unclamped. I then stated to the particular nurse that the patient came out with it unclamped and they responded with, oh, okay, then it should be fine. Just keep an eye on the time as the blood will need to be chucked out after 4 hours. So this is one of my other teammates in recovery. She came over and was like, oh, that's, an infusion drain. So I was made aware, but this was just before handover, right before. So, and she just said it was fine. It was no issue. You just need to make sure that it gets chucked out after 4 hours. And we can infer again that at the time of the patient coming out, that was minutes after the fucking drain was unclamped, for fuck's sake. Anyway, I would like to provide context around this patient's stay in recovery. This patient was in recovery for a number of hours due to her becoming acutely unwell with AF that was previously not diagnosed. This patient experienced symptoms in the form of persistent profound hypertension and as a result needed to stay in recovery until this was dealt with. I would like to note that I promptly recognised the deterioration, escalated care and cared for this patient until she was fit enough to go back to the ward because I'm a good fucking nurse. Due to this fact, there was a lot to be done for this patient in terms of her acute illness, and that's where my focus was. Once the ward was called, there was a delay on the ward side to collect the patient. The patient was by this time very hungry and desperate to get back to her family. Despite these facts, she was also very grateful for the care that I provided. In her words, she stated on exiting the recovery room, "Thank you for taking such good care of me." In regards to the interaction with the ward nurse who collected this patient, her demeanour was aggressive from the start. She did not let me finish my handover. She interrupted me a number of times and her overall attitude was judgmental and aggressive. My blank response was directly in response to her demeanour. When interrogating me about the drain, I stated to her that it was not handed over, that the drain was for the purpose of transfusion, let alone needing to be documenting the time of it being unclamped. She then stared at me blankly and stated, "Really?" in a sarcastic manner. I returned her gaze and responded with, "Yes." She then said to me, "And I'm supposed to just go back to the ward with that information?" I then responded with, "I can make a note in the recovery room notes that the patient came out with the drain unclamped and that we could then refer to the time that the patient came out as the closest time to when the drain was unclamped." She agreed to me making that note. As far as I was concerned, the matter was dealt with. I will also note that at the time the surgeon had left the building as it was late in the evening, but I do recognise that I probably could have called the surgeon and confirmed the time the drain was unclamped. But seeing as the patient was desperate to get back to the ward, eat some food and spend time with her family, I thought possibly the ward nurse could have called and confirmed also, as we are all working as a team after all. In regards to the antibiotics, yes, I did miss the administration of the medication due to the fact that I was busy treating her atrial fibrillation. I was prioritising care and failed to notice that there were antibiotics due. However, due to the fact that I did a thorough handover, this issue was flagged with the ward nurse and I did apologise as stated in the original wristband. I hope this information I have provided has cleared up any concerns this hospital has had with my practice. I have worked there a long time and I have never had a complaint as yet. I do enjoy working there and I enjoy the recovery room team and how we all work together to care for our patients. Please let me know if you require any further details. Georgia. Fucking hell, that was a monologue. But I feel like I touched on everything that I wanted to say. I wasn't just going to give a half-assed response, but yeah, it's just so annoying. I felt so on edge the whole day because every time that my practice comes into question, I, for some reason, go into fight or flight. Like I get really anxious and I get really upset because it's like something that you never want to do is harm a patient if you go into nursing for the right reasons. And I was just so fucking angry that she had the audacity to go and do this after me just standing up for myself. Like it really wasn't, like what are you trying to gain here? Are you trying to not get me to come back to the hospital? Like, is that your goal? Like, are you trying to make yourself short-staffed? Because
they already are.
Yeah.
Really, really short-staffed.
And that's a sentiment to how staff are being treated at the hospital. Like what other, how else would you interpret that? People don't want to come in because they're bullied by your nurses who have been there for 100 years and think they own the place.
There's a number of people that have resigned, including me.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. It's not a fucking Sudoku puzzle. Like connect the fucking dots. You're driving your staff away. And I'm quite happy to not go back to that hospital. There are plenty of other hospitals. So, you know, I just think this needs to be spoken about because we need to change the culture, Olivia.
Yeah.
So do you want to touch on things that drove you away? Why don't you speak on your experience as a nurse as a whole at various other hospitals as well? Well, we met, because this is going to be an entire episode. So
yeah, okay.
We met at a hospital in the pandemic and I was treated rather well there, but Olivia was treated terribly. She was the target of bullying and
For some reason.
isolation from the in charge and her minions. And it was
the select few.
a terrible culture for her and she felt constantly bullied and she didn't want to come into work and she was reprimanded for the most stupidest things.
Yeah.
Such as?
Oh, calling in sick because I was didn't want to come to work.
Yeah, valid. But you also suffer from chronic stuff, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chronic illnesses, chronic pain.
And that's not something that you should be reprimanded for. And you can get medical certificates for that, and I'm sure you did.
I always had a medical certificate. I always do.
Well, you just have to deal with a lot of bullshit, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's like, fair enough, whatever. But you shouldn't have to then deal with consequences from your co-workers for being unwell. Like that is just profoundly unfair. And I remember you putting a timer on every time that you had your lunch break because they would constantly be on you about the times of your breaks and no one else got pulled up for the fucking times that we took on our lunch breaks, but Olivia, always. I don't get it. Always.
Why?
I don't know. We were also very uninvited because I chose to associate with Olivia. We were uninvited to a get-together that the entire staff was when the in-charge left.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had a little reunion for all the staff.
Oh, okay.
And we were the only two that weren't invited. And,
really?
And we were rostered on shift, don't you remember?
Oh, my God.
We were on shift and we connected the dots.
I remember.
And we were like, wow.
I remember now.
And then they sat us down and were like, oh, we're really sorry we didn't invite you. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. What the fuck?
Fucking
you
bullshit.
deliberately rostered us on this day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we wouldn't be able to come.
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, I just had a thought. Yeah. My partner, he told me
her partner was also
about
at this
all
hospital.
of the things that were said about me from particular people by particular people, which is really surprising. Like people that I even hung out with outside of work a couple of times.
Nice to your face.
Not you.
Stab you in the back.
Other people.
Yeah.
I guess what made me leave this place. So I've sort of wanted to get out of nursing for a while, which is why I've been looking at other career paths and stuff that I can take.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still going to do agency nursing because I still really like it. I still want to keep my registration.
I love the
stuff
clinical
like that.
side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. But it's just all this bullshit, lies, things that get made up. There's this role at
this particular hospital.
Yeah, the place that I work where you your entire role is just like giving breaks, setting up for cases, helping out. Yeah. Right. That's it.
You're the resource person.
Yeah. Exactly. I did that quite a bit for a while. So a few weeks ago there was this one late shift that I was on in Paku, and it was me and a couple of other girls. One was the in charge, and the other girl was talking about her dating life, right? And I'd given her like a lot of advice over the time because, well, she'd asked me for it. And I gave her advice this time around too. Anyway, that whole same day, that whole afternoon was fucked. The whole day was so busy. It was fucked. It was chaotic.
Yep.
I was in about 72 different places at once.
Standard.
So I came in on a late shift, I did one case in this afternoon list that was basically the morning list that was finishing off. It was a dental list, and I followed the patient out to recovery and wasn't able to clean the theatre. And I told the PACU in charge, hey, I haven't cleaned the theatre. And they're like, yeah, no, that's fine, no worries. You're following out to PACU, you're in PACU now. And I'm like, okay, well, can you let me know when I can go clean the theatre perhaps? And she was like, yeah, sure, I'll let you know when you can go. Anyway, hours and hours go by and I'm getting sent on my dinner break. I'm still in PACU. I have been the whole time. I'm getting sent on my dinner break at around 6 o'clock. So I go on my dinner break and I come back half an hour later.
Yeah, because it's from one patient to the next. You go from one patient to the next, to the next, to the next. Yeah.
And then I get back from my break and
Did you time it?
PACU. Of course I did. I always do. Because they pull the same shit. Everyone's taking too long for their breaks. It's like, bitch, I'm the only one that times my breaks. That other lady over there, whose name I can't say on the thing, she took 54 minutes for her 30-minute lunch break.
I timed her
and
too.
she does this every single time. I time them all.
I love that.
I don't say anything, but I time them all. And then they come at you like, why wasn't this done by now? Why haven't you done this already? Why haven't you done this already? And it's because Miss has taken twice as long as the allocated time allowed for your fucking break. And for both tea breaks, she's taken 25 minutes instead of 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's just one person out of like the other 4 or 6, whatever, that have done the same thing. And then because I'm the person giving all the other breaks, I get a fucking 5-minute tea break now.
She's getting heated, ladies and gentlemen.
And I don't ever complain about that shit.
No.
And so of course they think everyone else is so goody two shoes. And it's like, you have no idea. I just don't say anything because I'm not a fucking bitch.
And I can't be
I'm
fucked,
not a
mate.
cunt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've got better things to think about.
Anyway, seriously.
God.
Like the patient on the table. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Go off, queen.
So I get back from my break. I very, very quickly get given 2 patients in recovery.
Oh, you're back. Quick.
Yeah.
Get back to work.
Oh, the amount of text messages from the in-charges I have. Hey, are you back from your lunch yet? Dude, I still have 3 minutes. No, I'm not back yet.
That's so inappropriate, by the way.
Oh, the amount of text messages from one in particular.
That's so inappropriate.
Bitch, I'm on my fucking break and I'm not getting paid for it. Don't fucking text me right now.
Don't.
And I text you on your days off too. Oh, hate it.
That's so not cool.
Yeah, of course. It's not. Anyway, I've got these 2 patients in recovery, and then the person who was the resource person for that day.
So this is the next shift?
No, this is the same shift.
Thought you were
after
the
my
resource.
break. I get back from my half-hour break.
I thought you were the resource person. Are you not? Did you swap?
No, I do resource a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
So, okay. Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, did I say I was?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I was also doing that.
You were a bit
role.
of a mix and match.
Yeah, I was
type.
everywhere.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
But the actual person was someone else
Okay. Gotcha.
who did fuck all day.
Okay.
And so I've got these 2 patients in recovery, and this person comes up to me before they go home at the end of their shift, and they're like, hey, just checking, like, is everything good with your theatre? Can I lock the trolley? Like, is it all finished? And, I'm like, yeah, I've restocked the whole trolley. I've done the setup for tomorrow. So if you can just clean the theatre and make sure it's good to go, that would be great. Mm-hmm. I swear that's what I said. Mm-hmm. And I swear she said, yeah, sure, no worries. I'll lock the trolley. Obviously not word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything was good to go. Just had to clean.
Yep. And you were finishing, weren't you? You were finishing your shift at that time?
No. I still had 3.5 hours to go. She was finishing her shift at that time.
Okay. And you were in
This
recovery.
is around 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. And so she came to me while I'm taking care of 2 patients actively in recovery, talking to one of them, and she's talking to me at the same time.
Yeah.
So obviously
multiple things going on at once. Yes.
And so I don't know, either we both didn't hear the other person properly or one person didn't hear the other person properly.
Yeah.
It's total miscommunication.
Yep.
And anyway, so she said, okay, yeah, I'll go clean it. No worries, take care of it. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, thanks. Mm-hmm. And that was that. Mm-hmm. And then, so the in-charge also, I guess, thought that the theatre had been cleaned because I told her, yeah, she's done it.
Yeah.
I confirmed with her before she went home that she's done it.
Yeah.
Then I got asked to do a paediatric malignant hypothermia setup while I still had 2 patients.
The fuck? How?
I was like, I'll just watch your patients because they were like ready to go to
Why
the ward
can't
at that
they
point.
do it?
I know. This is always the thing.
Fuck?
I'll watch your patient.
Why
for
are
you
you
while
swapping
you go,
over
blah,
care?
Blah, blah.
It doesn't
this
make
happens
sense.
all the time. The chopping and changing is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too many cooks. It's too many like people on their fucking high horse, especially
Too many
1 or
chiefs.
2 or 3 in particular.
Yeah. Not enough Indians. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Ah, I see. I didn't hear the first part of that.
She was like, I'm confused. Okay.
Not enough Indians? What the fuck is she talking about? Okay, so anyway, I've got these 2 patients. Fuck off. To the other room to do this paediatric malignant hypothermia setup.
Yeah, fun.
Setting up the whole machine, doing the whole trolley, the whole thing, everything set up.
Yep.
And me and the other girl who were doing the setup, she's like, oh, I'm going to go early. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I might go early too if everything's done.
Yep, because it's been a day.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it was like 8 o'clock now, I think, almost at night. Yeah, so like recovery was empty, I'm pretty sure. And I went to do this setup with one of the other nurses. And then came back into Paku, and that's when I had that conversation with the 2 other girls.
Oh, about the boyfriend.
Yeah, the dating and all that sort of
A little
stuff.
winding down combo. So just a note, Paku was empty, okay? Nurses
no
have been working
patients.
hard all day. They're not in the nurses station talking
Yeah,
about their
no.
love lives when
No,
there's
no.
patients in the room.
The work's finished,
Yeah.
really, for the day. Oh, so I fucking thought. And
Yeah.
so did she, the in charge. Anyway, we all end up like going home early besides those two.
Yeah.
I end up leaving at 8:30, I think. And so did the nurse who I did this setup with. And the only reason I left early is because both my patients had gone to the ward. I'd done the malignant hypothermia setup. And I believed that my theatre was cleaned and set up for tomorrow and restocked. It was restocked and set up, but it wasn't cleaned or anything like that. And there were still drugs apparently in the syringe drivers. So I left without going back into that theatre to see if that person, that resource nurse had done what she said she'd done.
Yeah,
what I
because you
believed
trusted her word.
she said she had done. What I
Yeah.
thought I heard. Maybe
Yeah.
I heard wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's clearly a massive
It just comes
miscommunication
down
between
to
all
a
three of us.
miscommunication. It was an accident.
And too many people asking me to do too many things at once.
Yeah.
Take care of two patients, do a setup, make sure this theatre's clean, like 6 hours, 7 hours later? Anyway, so I get to that. I leave at 8:30 and I come back the next morning at 8:30 and I get, spoken to by a couple of people. They're like, oh my God, Olivia, what happened? What happened? We got to work this morning and the theatre was an absolute mess. And it was chaos this
God.
morning.
Jesus.
And then I get taken into the office for like a meeting.
Oh my God, the
With
whole sit-down meeting.
Yeah, with the num and one of the A nums.
Jesus.
And
So
they're like,
it's just
okay,
so reprehensible.
yeah, so what's going on? Like, you left the theatre a mess. You didn't clean the theatre. You said that you had or whatever. And you also left early,
Yeah, how
without
dare
doing
you.
any of this stuff. And of
You don't
course,
give
I'm
a
like
fuck.
fucking mortified. I have no idea that I would never, ever leave my shift
No.
early, having left my theatre a total fucking mess, knowing that I'm coming back the very next morning as well
Hello? Like,
to
duh.
do anaesthetics potentially in that very theatre.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? I wouldn't. I'm not. Fuck. Anyway.
Use your brain, people. Common
And they're
sense.
like, there's like people have been saying that you've been a bit snappy lately.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And this
They
is
just go in on
No, this is the
everything.
thing that I'm snappy about.
Yeah.
The one thing. So it's like I was asking for examples. Like, what are these things that people have
Yeah.
been saying? Exactly. Tell me exactly what it is. I want to know.
And then they go in with, oh, no, we won't give you any names. We're not going to mention what was said. No.
Oh, no, they couldn't even. No, there was a whole lot of, look, I'm actually not sure.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What the fuck do you mean you're not sure? You're accusing me of all this
If
shit
you're gonna
and you're
come in
not sure?
with an accusation, you better be ready with
Yeah.
receipts, babe.
And I didn't respond like that. I'm fucking crying. I'm so upset.
Yeah. Because the whole sit-down thing is so fucking intimidating and unnecessary.
Yeah, and they're like so smily and happy and cheery
Oh,
and
fuck
joyful.
off.
And it's like, we're going to blah blah's office. That's what she said.
Ugh.
That's how she sounded. And I'm like, okay.
Ugh.
Wow, you sound really excited and
I'm
happy.
sure
and
the
you've got
mood changed
biggest
the minute
smile
that you
everywhere.
sat down.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of, pretty much.
Serious mood now.
Apparently what I'd been snappy about is, so I wasn't even in PACU. I'm pretty sure I was just stepping in when I was doing resourcing.
Yep.
And I got asked to take a patient and I think I said, oh, is it okay if I don't take that patient, like someone else takes them? That was also free. Someone was free. Wasn't busy at the time. That's why I was sitting down doing this fucking e-learning. And I said like, is it okay if someone else takes the patient because I really need to get this e-learning done? Because the whole morning this bitch had been hounding me to get my e-learning done. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I finally sit down right in front of her in the same room so she can see I'm doing my fucking e-learning. Of course she asked me a couple of minutes in, hey, can you take a patient? And I'm like,
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, but like, can I please just finish? Can someone else take the patient? I just really need to get this done because you've been asking me all morning and I just really want to get it finished. We've got there's 2 more days of the month to finish this fucking e-learning.
Yeah.
And apparently that was me being snappy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I said,
It's like if you
I was
stand
not
up for yourself,
yeah, anything.
you're being a bitch.
No, it's because I stopped being a yes person constantly there.
Yeah,
I stopped
exactly,
being a yes person the
precisely.
last few weeks just because I noticed some things were changing and I was curious almost as to what's going to happen if I start to stand up for myself and I start saying no
Yeah.
to things that I
can't
actually
say
have
no.
zero obligation to do or any
Then
responsibility
you're not
for.
being a team player.
Of course. They fucking hate it. I'm the enemy now.
Yeah, public enemy number one.
Yeah, I'm not part of the clique anymore. Which
Were
I
you
kind
ever?
of, I was. I felt like I was a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with a couple of them in particular. And not after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been snappy. And then apparently they were like, someone complained recently that you haven't been doing setups regularly. And I'm like,
They're just grasping at anything at this point, aren't
who
they?
said that? And what did they say exactly? And they were like, oh, I don't know, but apparently blah said that she had to ask you to do the setup for the DEP flap last week. And I'm like, the DEP flap last week? I'm pretty sure. So that was my case. That was my case that I came and did on a late shift. She's like, oh, okay. She was like,
So it's not even an issue because you can collect your own shit.
This bitch is complaining because she told me to do my own fucking setup that I've already done. That floor coordinator never has any clue what is going on around the place.
Standard.
She's got no fucking clue.
It always fucking...
She's off with the fucking fairies, I tell you.
It always baffles me when they put people in charge who are bitchy, horrible, and also profoundly unorganised.
It's always
and
those
really
people,
bad
though.
under pressure.
How do they climb to the
as
top?
well.
I don't get it.
They suck up people's assholes. They're yes men until they're promoted. That's what it is.
And I stopped being a yes person and then I started getting shat on.
Correct. It's like you would think that the most assertive person should, and the person who is a great leader in the way that they pull their team together in a positive way, discourage bullying, isolation, fucking cliques, would be people who should be in fucking leadership. But no, it's the opposite in nursing. It is the meanest, most
vile,
cliquey person that they can find who will do what they can to get to the top purely to fucking
get to the top,
punch down on people to make themselves feel better. It's fucked. And that's not just me being bitter. I don't want to be in leadership because I see what these people are like. It's just fucked. It's just fucked. The nursing culture is absolutely fucked and you can't tell me otherwise. Keep going.
They had me doing in charge sometimes in recovery and it was just too much. I complained about it. And I'm like, every time I tried to claim that in charge, they never paid me for it.
Oh, great.
As well.
Oh, that's so
I started complaining about it and then they stopped giving me any in charge stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
Thankfully, actually.
You're not a yes man, Olivia.
Yeah, I stopped. What happened is exactly what happens everywhere else you go. Anyway, so apparently I hadn't done this fucking setup, which I had. But then, they've got in their minds that I'm like apparently constantly, regularly not doing setups.
Oh, for fuck's
But this
sake.
is the only one thing that was brought to their attention apparently that they could give me an example of.
But you're always doing it, Olivia.
Yeah, right? Always.
Always.
Okay, why am I still in this role all the fucking time? Man?
Exactly. Why don't you just
I'm
fucking
so
fire me if
shit
it's
at
such
it.
an issue?
Fuck off. Exactly. I don't give a fuck. So that was this the second thing in that meeting, basically. And then what was the third thing? Not doing setups, apparently.
Being snappy. And then the cleaning. Wasn't that it?
Oh, yeah, and then the theatre.
Yeah.
So I explained to them what happened and what I thought this other person had said and what our communication what I thought it had been. And we all had a laugh about it basically at the end because we all just decided, and it was a massive miscommunication. But they thought originally that I had not cleaned the theatre as a statement.
Yeah.
Because I'd been recently snappy.
Someone's really presented to them that this was an intentional act by you on your part.
Yeah. Anyway, my questions are the following.
Okay, give it to me.
1 second.
Oh, she's fired up, ladies and gentlemen. I love it.
So from the point in time, which I came out of theatre, I followed this patient out, was around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Okay. And from 1 p.m. to approximately 5 when I went on my dinner break, I was in recovery the whole time. Did not leave. I was with that one patient for most of that time too. I went on my dinner at around, 5:30, whatever the fuck, came back half an hour later at 6-ish when this person was off and when I was given these 2 patients in recovery. And so my questions are, number 1, why didn't the resource nurse in the 5 hours post that theatre finishing not clean the theatre? Exactly. Why did the in charge not give any other person in that entire fucking theatre complex, that wasn't me because I was in recovery for those 5 hours before everyone goes home, why didn't they allocate that job of cleaning the theatre to someone else? Why was that job of cleaning the theatre left to me specifically to deal with 8 hours later? And why didn't the in charge and the other people that stayed back after I left at 8:30 check all the theatres
Because
as well? That's their responsibility.
That's part of your role.
But I was in
shit's
PACU. All I did, I was allocated to
lock.
PACU. All I did was follow that patient out at 1:00 and left that theatre as I was told to do.
You were told to leave the theatre. Someone will clean it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Or I'll be
end of
told when I
story.
can go back into the theatre to clean it.
And you were never told.
That opportunity never came around. It was too
you
busy.
were never told, so you just went with what you were told.
What the fuck was this bitch doing when she was sitting in the tea room for an hour? And I haven't had a chance to pee or breathe or drink.
I would wager she was bitching about you.
And so I think after I left at 8:30 that night, the bitch in recovery,
Truth hurts.
I think she fucking blabbed and blabbed and blabbed to the in charge.
Yeah.
Saying all this random shit. And conveniently, that was the night that I forgot to clean this theatre.
Yeah.
I have never, ever done that before. I never would.
Yeah.
And conveniently, it all lined up.
Yeah.
So the next morning, they're like, oh my God, we suddenly have all this shit about you. What's
Yeah.
going on, Olivia? You okay? Yeah, I'm fucking okay.
I was.
It's the people that are making up shit.
Y'all are not good.
And then you know what I did? I totally spilled the beans on so many people
Really?
after that. Because, the nun was like, please tell me, give me more. I want to know. Tell me. Because I told her, I never say anything. I'm not that type of person.
Give her the
I will never
tea.
complain. She's like, please tell me everything.
So that I can then
just
go and
gave
bitch
it
with
to
everyone
her.
else about what she said.
Probably. I don't fucking care though. And also when my termination survey comes around,
Go in.
I'm going to go so hard.
Go in, babe.
Like, I'm going to fucking anal them. They're just not even going to see it coming.
It's going to come out their mouth.
Oh my God, they've got no fucking clue. I'm going to spill the beans on every single person and I'm going to name them personally. Because
Work.
you know what?
Why not?
I've been a nurse for 8 years and I'm sorry, but I am over it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be burnt out at 8 years.
Yeah. I was burnt out during COVID. I felt burnt out. And then I got good again for a few years. And then just the last 4-ish months here that it's like they've started changing things and
chipping
changing
away
all
at
these
your morale,
rules, bringing
bit by
in
bit.
all these new fucking charts, documents, all these new protocols, all this tracking you constantly, tracking you where you are all the time. If you left the theatre complex to go to the fucking cafe, you had to write your in and out times on the board.
That's just
Apparently it's
ridiculous.
a fire safety thing. No, it's not. No other hospital that I've ever worked at, and I've worked at 15 fucking hospitals because I do agency.
Yeah.
None of them do that. That's bullshit. You just want to track your employees. Fuck off.
Yeah, literally.
I'm going to go take a piss. I'm out.
Mic
Bye.
drop. Fucking mic drop. Okay.
Dude, I'm actually
She's worked up.
done though with nursing.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this for months and months and months and months and years and years and years. I'm more than happy to do agency because I pick the shifts when I want, yeah?
Say it into the mic if you're going to say it because it's relevant.
I go
no,
and get
No,
the
go to the
money.
toilet and do it. Fuck's sake. Oh, my God. And that's on nursing burnout from bullying, ladies and gentlemen. She's exited the building. She's had enough of y'all. We've all had enough. We've had enough of the shit. We've had enough of the bullying. We've had enough of the isolation tactics. We've had enough of the microaggressions. We've had enough of everything to do with the culture of nursing. And it's not fair because we love the clinical side of it. We love the patients. And we spent a fuck ton to get our careers and only to realise that it is a literal fucking nightmare 90% of the time because of other nurses. It's a shame, really. Continue.
Anyway, a couple of days later, I sent in my resignation letter.
Fuck yeah.
Because that meeting was the realization point for me that I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And that feeling I've been having for months is right.
Yes.
And I'm going to trust my gut.
Yeah, good. She's out. She's going to go in on her jewellery business and she's going to fucking kill the game.
And just enjoying doing life things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time to enjoy life.
Yeah. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And you're just going to, in the meantime, do some soft nursing. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? You're going to do some online nursing. What is it?
Agency and just nurse on call type
Nurse on
stuff.
call. Yeah.
On cue. Nurse on cue.
I'm really interested in doing that too, nurse on call. That'd be so cool.
Just fucking sit on my couch and do it on my laptop and my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Not have to deal with anyone.
No.
Oh, although I'm sure there'll be some nursing Karen somewhere who will be micromanaging
That's
you
fine, I'll still be
on
at home.
Zoom and asking you to turn your camera on
Oh my God, yeah, true. I didn't think of that.
at the meetings. Olivia, we have our cameras turned on.
Ugh. God.
I bet you $50 there'll be someone like that. But anyway,
Oh God.
there'll be less to deal with, obviously. And I don't blame you at all.
Yeah.
It's just really sad that we've gone to university, put in the hours, really
I
fucking dug in
know.
hard, went through the trauma of our grad year, only to find that the culture is so
money.
fucked that we don't want to stay in it. You know what I mean?
So many people left nursing during COVID anyway already.
Yeah.
The nursing workforce already massively suffered because of that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because they didn't look
Still
after
suffering,
us.
Yeah.
Remember reusing your N95s? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Carrying them around in a little fucking baggie?
What is the point of that?
There was no point. It's so funny. Like, they refused to give us N95s, and it's like, oh, you just, only for COVID suspected patients. And at that point, no one knew anything about COVID.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, all of our stocks got stolen and now we can't, Oh, it was so fucked. I was so
Got a
angry
story.
at every single one of those meetings where they were like, oh, and I'm like, you don't give a fuck about any of us. It was so evident in that moment. They were like, thank you, you're heroes, but you can't have an N95 mask.
They gave us
Sorry.
badges, a little badge pin in recognition
I didn't get a badge.
of our hard work. Oh, and I got some hand cream.
Oh, my
Chemist
God.
Warehouse hand cream.
I remember one time we got like a free coffee on one day and like a free
Wow.
little
Oh,
packaged
yes.
brownie that was
I do
stale.
remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
I remember being locked in the fucking theatre for 15 minutes either side of the intubation with the anaesthetist.
God, making awkward conversation.
Yeah,
Or
because we were the ones in the line of fire.
Yeah, right.
It was just like sacrificing
Just
anaesthetics.
You're the it people. Like
you're playing with the
if
airway.
You're intubating, extubating, you're it. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
and if we
that's
get wiped
everything
out, then
COVID
who's going to
might be.
intubate the patient? Like,
The scrubs count.
and it was so funny. It's like, okay, 50 minutes up, everyone waltzes in. It's like
Like as if nothing nothing happened.
It's like as if the bug had mysteriously disappeared after the 15-minute mark. It's like, come on.
Dude, you're going to get COVID and die. You're going to get COVID and die.
And
Don't know what else to tell you.
And every other anaesthetist had a different way of like trying to keep themselves safe. Some came in
Oh my God, the
Darth
bloody
Vader.
$5,000 helmets.
Darth Vader masks.
Yeah. It's got like a literal ventilator in it.
Or your
Full
father.
seal on the head. Like
Meanwhile-
like a bloody astronaut.
Meanwhile, the fucking anaesthetic nurses don't have N95s.
Oh, yeah.
And they're standing
Nothing.
next to anaesthetists with Darth Vader masks.
And the patients are seeing this.
Well, I guess we're fucked.
The patients are seeing this. That the anaesthetist has this high-tech contraption device and we don't even have a bloody N95.
Yep. And then 2 years down the track, you get reprimanded for not wearing a mask properly. And you're just like, we are sick of masks. We're sick of masks. We can't breathe in them. We've been suffocated for 2 years under these masks. And we didn't have the right masks when we truly needed them. So go fuck yourself. I'm going to wear it under my nose. Thank you.
Yeah, I
can't breathe.
Fuck.
I'm rebreathing my fucking CO2
about
and
to
I'm
pass
nowhere near the
out.
patient. So please, fuck your infection control protocols when you didn't even utilize them when it really fucking counted. It's politics. It's bullshit. And obviously the mask usage is not bullshit. I get that. But what I'm saying is hospitals are inconsistent with their policies and shit and they just do it to control us.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but I'm just so fucking over it. It's like, what do you want at the end of the day? What do you want?
You know, at that private hospital we worked at together
Yes, dear.
during COVID.
Yes, dear. I remember.
There was one time in Paku, we all came to work one morning. One day,
terrified.
and the cleaners come into Paku and start doing like this full-on clean of the whole place.
Oh my God, I remember this.
And I'm like, oh, it's a bit weird.
We need to give context.
And
this,
everyone's,
this hospital was supposed to say COVID free. This was like one of the very few hospitals that we were trying to keep it COVID free because we were taking in heart patients into our ICU.
Yeah.
Yep, go. Paku was getting deep cleaned.
Oh, yeah.
For no reason whatsoever.
and I'm like, oh, it's a bit weird.
yeah.
Suddenly deep cleaning everything, changing the curtains, cleaning the fucking ceiling and walls.
Yeah. Oh, strange.
Yeah, anyway, so
Mid-pandemic.
we're all chatting in recovery, and then someone tells me that there's like 3 or 4 specific people in Paku that were all there yesterday that have now tested positive for COVID this morning, so that's why they're not at work. Okay.
This is on the grapevine. This is not an official announcement by management.
Yeah, no, and everyone's talking about it. Oh my God, did you hear that blah, blah, and blah have COVID?
Yeah.
And so obviously I heard it from someone, yeah. And so I told the anaesthetist that I'm working with, oh, there's a few people in Paku that are off today with COVID, and I know that. And he's like, oh, how do you know? Someone told me. One of the other Paku people told me.
Anaesthetists were so scared in this time.
I know.
They were fucking
especially
terrified.
this one.
Yeah, I know the one. Darth Vader mask,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he goes, oh, shit, really? And he's like, yeah, terrified.
Yeah.
And because he's working with me that day, and I was like around those people the previous day. So he's freaking
Get away
out.
from me, you
So
demon.
he goes to the num
Yeah.
and he complains.
Yeah. Good. He should.
And she,
Blamed you.
yeah, she takes me into the office
Oh my God.
and she screams bloody murder.
Oh my God.
She screamed at me, screamed.
I
Her
didn't
face
know that.
was beet red. Her veins were popping out. It was like she was going to explode. She was
Jesus
crying.
Christ.
She was crying. She was furious.
Irate.
I was like, it's like her husband cheated on her or something. She just had to take it out
And it
on
was with
someone.
you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, seriously, Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
And it's like, I didn't say one word
What was her problem?
that entire time. Oh, apparently I was giving out confidential information
Sorry, it was told to me.
by saying Janet Smith has COVID in Paku. Even though, Neil Smith is the person that told me about Janet Smith. I didn't. How would I know? Someone told me
Aliases.
first. Someone told me first. Why am I the one getting screamed at? It's because you're besties of 25 years with the bitch who told me. That's why you're not having a go at her.
Yeah, girl.
She's the one telling everyone who has COVID.
Yeah, but she won't get reprimanded. No.
No, me.
Yeah. It's because you told a doctor.
Yeah, it's
Who's
because I
very-
said something and I
who's
started
very-
complaining about the fact that we still had to come to work and be around these people and do these procedures without proper blah, blah.
PPE.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have N95s again.
And me and the anaesthetist are having a thing, and he's obviously unhappy, and I'm unhappy about
Yeah,
the whole
everyone
fact
is.
as well. And so he's pissed off that he's next to me because I was exposed, but then they're telling me I
Yes.
wasn't exposed, and it's like, I have been exposed, actually. They just wanted to keep it so on the down low.
Yeah.
They did a really bad job of it.
Yeah, this was at
But
a
then-
time when if someone had COVID, you couldn't be, or someone was around someone with
Yeah.
COVID, you then had to isolate for 2 weeks, even if you didn't have COVID. So then if Olivia went and fucking was around someone who was exposed and then went with next to fucking the anaesthetist is going to be fucking cranky because he doesn't
Yeah.
want to get it. Like
Yeah.
it was mid-pandemic, mid-height of the hysteria around COVID. It was a different time, a different world. Right now we'd be like, oh, well, who gives a fuck? But like back then it was a big deal. We had no idea if we were going to die from this. Like,
Yeah. But a couple of days later, she's sitting in the fucking tea room, bloody fucking going off her rocker about all these people who have caught COVID, fucking listing names. And it's like, bitch, 2 days ago you were screaming at me in your office
yeah.
for telling people who has COVID, and now you're telling people just casually in the tea room who's got
it's fine now.
COVID. It's fine for you to do it, not fine for me, even though I was directly affected.
You should never be screamed at work.
She
Aye,
was
at
red-faced and crying.
She's fucked.
She had snot coming out of her nose.
my God.
She exploded at me. Can you
Snot
imagine
coming
how,
out of her
Can you see
nose.
how
Yes, I've just
So-
got a visual.
so ugly this woman, inside and out.
Inside and out, she was a tyrant. She was a smiling assassin. She was never nasty to me, but I could see.
She was never nasty to my partner either until he resigned, and she totally changed her tune.
Oh, she bitched about you both behind your back constantly. Like as soon as he started dating you, well, I was at the Christmas party.
I
and
don't know any of this.
I've told you this. I went to the
Oh.
Christmas party after I quit, just randomly because I wanted to go to a Christmas party. Yeah. And she was like, how's your mate going? I heard that she's with Max. And I'm like, good. We're happy. She's like, oh, it's fucking disgusting. I was like,
What's disgusting?
Okay.
Why is it disgusting?
I'm like, What? What do you mean?
What does that
It's like,
even
It's
mean?
just gross. I can't picture them together. I'm
Well,
like,
you don't have to.
you don't
actually.
have to. Please leave.
It's actually got nothing to
like,
do
let me
with
go
you.
inside.
Why are you trying to picture? Are you into me?
I don't.
Why are you trying to picture me? Why are you trying to picture us?
Oh, it's just that.
bit
Okay, so
weird,
this is
isn't it?
obviously given you a small snippet of the lives that we've lived for 8 years. It's like I've been I've resigned from a hospital that like
We've
really
both resigned from
multiple hospitals.
Places,
Multiple
yeah.
hospitals. I've resigned from 3 hospitals and gone agency because of the bullshit. And it's like it's stuff where they'll reprimand you or they'll give their microaggressions until you snap and
Yeah.
crack, and then they'll reprimand you for breaking, and then and then
How dare you
they'll
get to that
force your
point?
hand. They'll be like, here's all the issues that we have
Yeah.
against you, which are all very minute
suddenly
small things.
appeared after like 3 and a half
And we're
years.
going to bombard you with all of them at once, and then
No
we're
one's
going
ever
to
said anything before.
and then we're going to suggest that you resign, or we're going to be like, oh, why did you resign? Like, we didn't want you to leave or whatever. And it's just like,
They tried to make me go part-time at
yeah,
there.
yeah. Instead,
Here, they tried to make me stay. They didn't want me to leave.
Yeah.
The nun was trying to get me to stay really badly. And
Yeah, well.
she actually didn't approve my resignation for a whole week because she's like, I really want you to think about this.
fuck around and find out. That's what I
And
say.
like, look, and I wrote a really genuine letter to her, just thanking her because I think she's a nice person. I think she does good work. She tries really hard. She let me say everything I needed to. She wasn't judgmental or anything like that. And I think she's a good person. And I did say that in my letter. And I don't know. I just wanted to leave on a really good note,
yeah,
especially after what happened.
yeah.
And just let her know, like, I genuinely, like, thank you. And she was very kind and caring when I've been sick as well. Like, she never
Yeah, there's always a good egg
complained
amongst
about
the bad
it's
ones.
really rare for a num to be like that.
Yeah,
And I would say without a doubt she's the
best one.
the best one.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
She's certainly a gem. And I did tell her that because I wanted her to know. And her response was like, yeah, please, like, I'm not going to approve your resignation yet. Please call me. Let's talk it through, see if there are other options. And I already knew I'm not going to do that, but I just wanted to make her happy and I didn't want to seem like pushy because she was being nice about it. And I'm like, I know I'm leaving anyway. And I've broken my wrist now anyway, so I can't come to work for 6 weeks anyway. It's
the stars aligned.
Yeah, it's an infection risk. It's not possible. You should smell this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Not possible at all to be in a medical environment whatsoever, clinical environment where it needs to be sterile as well, clean.
Yeah, yeah. There's no sterilising that thing.
It's funny, like literally 2 days later, this happened. And yeah, when we spoke on the phone, I told her everything and basically...
It's like a universal confirmation that you need to fucking leave.
I know. It really was. The whole meeting happening was just like confirmed my months and months of doubts and feelings already. And then, that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, look, I almost considered going like part-time or casual and just staying on the books, but no thanks. I want my payout and I'll go back to agency and do other things that make me more happy than slaving away for you little micromanagers that don't give a fuck about me. Because maybe some of you do, absolutely. And I cared a lot about those people too. And I know those ones that do respect me and like are genuine people. But the unfortunate thing is those people are not the ones that are in power and the ones that are in charge and the ones that run my shift and my life and my day while I'm at work.
Yeah.
The wrong people have the power there. And that's why wherever I've resigned, it's because of management or bullying.
Yeah, and one nice person amongst a bunch of shit ones is not going to do much for the culture, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, because...
Yeah.
They get also
bullied,
put down to the bottom. Yeah,
they get bullied by management, the uppers, the higher ups. That's why our old boss, the one that screamed in your face, was always having a nervous breakdown because she was always
she's always
harassed by management. Always,
I thought the micromanaging there was bad, dude, but the micromanaging here was even next level. When are you coming back from your lunch? You almost over from your tea, dude. I just left Paku 9 minutes ago. Can I just sit down for a second and take a piss? There's 2 toilets in this place. There's about 200 staff. I haven't had a chance to even go make a cup of tea yet or like anything. Like,
well, let's talk about micromanaging for a little bit. Like, I feel like it's fucking rife. It's absolutely fucking rife in nursing. And I understand that we need to work together as a team to make sure that we don't do something terrible to a patient on accident.
It's just some people's personalities. But these people,
But
they don't care about the patient.
No.
None of these experiences that I'm talking about, like recently or your experiences, none of them are patient focused, are they? It's always tit for tat, nurse against nurse.
Do you know what? For the most part, it's about the documentation. It's like, oh, you didn't sign here. You didn't do that. You didn't put the time in here. You didn't
that as well,
rip off the back page and put it over here. It's like all of these fucking admin tasks that have have minimal to do with clinical side of things. It's about the hospitals covering their asses. And I do the important shit. I write my notes. I do it all. But the amount of paperwork that bedside nurses have to do is absolutely ridiculous. It takes us away from the bedside. It distracts us from our clinical role. It distracts us from keeping an eye on the patient, and it needs to change.
I think the number of different charts in the last 8 years that I've been a nurse has almost quadrupled.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it has.
Quadrupled.
Yeah.
And even when I started at this hospital a year and a half ago, it was like, 3 specific sheets or whatever that you had to complete for a day patient. Now they added 2 other ones on top of it.
And it's the same time on 4 different forms.
Yeah. They all ask the same fucking questions over and over again.
It's over and over and over again.
It's so unnecessary. Pushing through fucking discharge medications. Why is this my responsibility? This is not my responsibility anywhere else. Yeah. Why does this hospital do things in such a way where the nurses have so many fucking admin tasks, cleaning tasks,
clinical stuff as well?
Where is the patient care happening?
Yeah, and then you fuck up on the patient care and they wonder why. They wonder why.
Because you asked me to
forget to give a medication and you wonder why. I'm
I'm
supposed to be monitoring the drain output. I'm supposed to be fucking looking after my patient. I'm supposed to be
then
handing over.
You're asking me to actually leave PACU to go do something else. Well, I've still got to... What the fuck are you doing?
That's why I am permanent agency.
I am so relieved now. I don't have to do fucking 6 e-learning modules every single month. I don't have to keep up with this fucking professional development. I mean, within my CPD points, yes. But they were like, they're trying to bring out all this extra stuff, and it's like stuff that you got to do at home, projects.
No.
I'm like, get fucked. Am I getting paid for this? We already are arguing over you giving us a pay rise, which you don't want to do.
Yeah. Fuck you. Why would I do CPD at home? Go away.
I mean, and then I'm not allowed to complete my e-learning at work either. Sorry, when am I going to have time for this again?
And then we have to pay for our registrations on top of all this bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to take another patient to... Yeah, no worries. Yep. Oh, you want me to give another break? Oh, yeah.
I'll just pull myself
she'll take
in
54 minutes.
I'll just pull myself in 5 different directions and have a great attitude about it because that's what you want from me.
You take a limb.
And then you take another limb. Fuck all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We're just unleashing right now. Like the dam has broken.
And there's going to be more.
Yeah, I reckon. But yeah, I resigned from a particular hospital a couple of years ago that really broke my mental health. I was there for 3 months max. I didn't make it past my probationary period. Yeah. It was not in Melbourne, it was rural. You guys can figure it out. And they micromanaged me to death almost. I was also going through personal issues, like that didn't help. I was going through a court case with my ex-partner about my kids. It was a custody battle. I notified them of my struggles so that they knew that I wasn't doing well. And yet they still continued to put the pressure on me. The infection control lady was up my ass about my mask wearing. The ward nurses were up my ass about the copious amounts of fucking documentation I needed to do on a daily fucking basis, plus notes. And then all of the med rounds. And also not to mention isolation patients that needed to be fucking monitored 24/7 because there are falls risks, just people dying because they were old. And then I worked in a theatre complex as well to make up for my hours I worked on the ward. And I was learning how to do urgent care. So I was doing 3 roles: emergency nursing, OR nursing and ward nursing. And all the areas were fucked. in different ways. And they reprimanded me for all different kinds of things.
Jesus.
I was learning how to do urgent care, and they were on my ass about it. They thought I had an attitude. They thought that they didn't like my TikTok, and that was a major issue. And there was one time where I accidentally left a med out because I was exhausted. My mind was elsewhere. I made a mistake, and I went home, and they called me, and she was like, Georgia, did you finish everything before you went home? That was what I heard the minute I said, hello, this is at 10 o'clock at night. I was like, yeah, I think so. She's like, well, you didn't do the discard with me before you left, and you left it out on the bench in the med room. I was like, okay, like, sorry. And she was like,
fix it.
this is just not good enough. Well, she just went on and on and on. She was like, this is really dangerous practice. I'm going to have to recommend that you get stepped down and that you don't get to work in urgent care anymore. This is just the A-num for the day. Actually, she wasn't even A-numbing. She is an A-num, but that wasn't her role for the day.
I can just
but she got on her A-num horse, and she reprimanded me loudly over the phone and said, I'm going to suggest to the num that you go back to supervision in urgent care. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I was so beyond burnt out and mentally unwell at that point. I was like, whatever, all good. Yeah. And then I got a warning about my TikTok, and then I got a meeting, and they suggested that I resign, and I did. I fucking did. I did. And they were like, if you don't speak about it, we won't speak about it. Surprise, bitch, I'm speaking about it.
Love throwing everything under the bus.
Because I was treated very, very badly at that hospital from the word go, and it was because they discovered that I had a TikTok. Anyway, nursing's fucked, and we're on the verge of quitting. So we just wanted to get that off our chests because I think it's important to talk about. But leave your comments in the comment section. We're burnt out. Are you?
Respond in the comments.
Yeah. Follow our Instagram and send us any nursing nightmare feels you have. Like you've just heard about 5 of ours, so please send us. We want to feel like we're not alone.
I so badly want to hear people.
Yeah, and we'll share them on the pod. Yeah. We can not include your names of the hospitals. We can make sure it's private and give you an alias. But please send it to nurseratchetpodcast@gmail.com. We love you.
Janet Smith and Noel Smith.
Yeah. We love you. Stay safe. Keep it ratchet, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.